Hey everyone, this is Sheryl, this is Clientele, this is Facebook, and this is Tuesday night, and I've got the most extraordinary, special, and gorgeous guest on top of that sitting next to me. And I'd love to introduce her to you, Dr. Lori Shemek. Can you say hi to our Clientele audience?
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here, Sheryl. Thank you for inviting me. It truly is an honor to be here. So, I love Clientele, and anyone who loves you, it's my friend too. So,
Oh,
hey, everybody.
thank you. That's awesome. So I'm going to let Dr. Shemek really have the floor here because she's multifaceted. She has so many amazing things to share with you that will help you. And this is what Dr. Shemek, we're all about here. We're about encouraging and inspiring people, women, men, whatever. We are about encouraging all of you. So, Dr. Shemek, I'd like to find out a little bit of your history, what you do, and how it all began.
Absolutely. So, my interest in health has been lifelong, actually, and but it was really my passion for it was really as a result of my mother's health, who the short time I had with her, growing up with her, most of the memories that I have of my sweet mother are of her being ill with a constant stream of different health conditions. And her choices, however, led her down an unhealthy path. She was on the verge of obesity. She smoked a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. Her diet was terrible, cupcake, coffee cake, and coffee in the morning for breakfast, and she was under enormous stress. So you can imagine the chronic stress. You can imagine the kind of stress one would be under trying to raise 3 young children all on your own. She had no husband. My father was out of the picture. She had no family support. Everybody was out of state, and we had very little income. So as a result, we grew up with not much. And so I had to take over the nurturing, if you will, for my 2 younger brothers. I was the oldest. And I remember often just walking into her dark room, seeing her laying there suffering. And it really, it's a horrible thing for a child to feel so powerless. But I knew if I had had the information I have now, I would have been able to help her. But nonetheless, my mother's health dwindled, and she died at the very young age of 36, leaving behind 3 young children with literally nowhere to go. And so the reason that I bring up this story is because she taught me a great lesson about choices. I learned from her that she could have made different choices, and I intuitively knew that, but didn't put 2 and 2 together until I was older. And so that led me into counseling. I got my doctorate in psychology and went into the helping profession of psychology. And I became vice president of family outreach, counseling at-risk families. And I did that for 20 years. And then my whole lifelong passion has been health. And so I went back to school. I stopped doing that, but I left with the intent of creating my own business. With my background in psychology, I went back to school, became a nutritionist and a certified life coach. And all of that with the intent of helping others make different choices. And that's exactly what I've been doing ever since.
Well, I have to tell you, first of all, I didn't know the entire story. I knew some of it, but I didn't know the entire story. I mean, if that does not encourage everybody out there and inspire them, that you basically had to raise your 2 brothers without a mom, and still you went and got 2 degrees, and you are an award-winning author. You are a doctor that not only is a psychologist, but specializing in nutrition, teaching people about inflammation. I want to know more about that because that is so essential. You said there were a lot of desserts around the home and a lot of sugar. Let's talk about sugar. Let's talk about inflammation so that we can let everybody know what that really does to the body and to the skin.
That's a really great place to start, because this type of inflammation that we're talking about is the core underlying cause of most illness, disease, faster aging, and weight gain. And so this inflammation, it's diseases like this silent inflammation, if you will, heart disease, cancer, obesity, type 2 diabetes, anything. They can determine whether you're going to gain weight 6 months down the road simply by looking at your inflammatory markers. That is how devastating inflammation is to the body. And so now, in terms of skincare, let's go with sugar. Okay, so when you ingest sugar, we all know sugar isn't that great for us, right? We know it's unhealthy, but what it does to the skin, since we're going to be talking about skin here today, is horrendous, because there is a biochemical reaction that occurs when sugar and proteins come together in the body, and it's called glycation. And if you've ever seen the crispy brown potatoes on the stove, or the crispy fried chicken, unfortunately, that same chemical reaction is happening inside our bodies, and it's resulting in the tissue that is unstructured now, and it's not what it used to be, causing wrinkles and sagging skin. And it's not just on the outside of our bodies, it's happening inside, the tissue inside of our bodies as well. And that's why it's so important to keep that sugar low in the body, keep that glucose low, keep that insulin low, and you'll keep that inflammatory response low as well. We want a little bit of inflammation, but we don't want, a lot, because if we have a lot, we have excess, and excess is not good.
Yes, and I have to say, everybody, to Dr. Shemek's point, which is so important. Also, arthritis is something. Now, I know that we're talking about skin.
Yeah.
We're going to be shortly about clientele and so forth, but arthritis is an inflammatory condition
Yes.
that is also.
Right. Yeah. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune, but, osteoarthritis, which most people have, sadly, is also an inflammatory response as well. So when you keep that inflammation low, you keep that sugar out of the diet, and it's not just sugar, it's excess carbohydrates. Everything turns to glucose for the most part in the body, right? And so excess carbohydrates cause this reaction, but not as savagely, if you will, as sugar when you take it directly. So it's very important that you look at products at the ingredient label. Look for hidden sources of sugar. They put it in there. It's in things like yogurt. Fruited yogurt has more sugar than a candy bar. Bread. People think whole wheat bread is really healthy. It has as much sugar as 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a glass of juice is simply liquid sugar. So it's really important when you think you're being healthy to really know what you're ingesting, because if you must read labels in order to keep that sugar low in your body.
Well, yes, and I just wanted to say that I know right now, because of undue amounts of stress that we're facing, that people are really turning to sugar to,
Yeah.
to give them some comfort. Now, and I
Yes.
understand that. Believe me, I understand it,
Yeah.
because I've been the sugar queen, as
I
long
was
as I can
addicted to it as
remember.
well. Yeah.
But really started to
Yeah.
cut down. I would say about 75%. Now you've been doing this, and we're going to reveal your age. You're not going to believe this, everybody, but we're going to reveal Dr. Shemek's age in just about a second. But you've been doing this since what? 20 what?
25, about 24, 25. Yeah, because I was in school, and I was, and I was addicted to sugar, and every day I had to have sugar. And I knew better, and I knew I was addicted to it. When you are, if you have to
Oh,
have sugar every day, you don't think you're addicted. "Oh, I can stop sugar anytime." But you end up doing it anyway. It's like drinking, right? It's the same situation. People think, "Oh, I can stop drinking." And, but then you'll know when, I was eating sugar. I wasn't eating an exorbitant amount, but I was eating enough to the point where it made me feel that it had power over me. Like, I need
mm,
sugar. And a lot of that too goes to your diet. So if you're not getting enough protein, enough healthy fat in your diet, and enough phytonutrients in your diet, phytochemicals, then you're absolutely at risk of having, sugar overload in the body and being addicted to it.
Right. Well, aren't you saying just cut down?
Well, actually, I recommend eliminating sugar, but
Just
it's okay because
period.
see, yeah, because it's in products anyway. I mean, it's in naturally, I should say, not intentionally put in there, but because when you do that, you are literally optimizing your cellular health, and you it's it if you take care of your health now, 10 years down the road, it's all about cellular health, right?
Yeah.
It's genetic expression, and the term epigenetics is not a, we could do a whole nother show on that, but suffice it to say that what you put into your body, your genes express, and if it's good stuff, then it's fine. But the thing is, if you do a little bit, then chances are, if you're susceptible to sugar, you will keep doing it, and that's the little thing that I have that
Definitely.
bothers me, that people will just take a little bit and then they'll want more and more and more. And I think it's really important just to take really good care of your cellular health. We're going to be talking about how clientele impacts the cellular health, the skin cells, right? Same
That's
thing
right.
is true on the inside of the body. And when you're insulin sensitive, which means that your body knows what to do with insulin, your cells know how to handle insulin and glucose very well. Having sugar is fine once in a while, is just fine, because your body really knows what to do with it. But the average American is ingesting 300 grams, 156 pounds of added sugar a day and 300 grams of carbohydrates a day, right? That's astounding. In 1900, we were just ingesting 1 to 3 pounds of sugar per person a year. So, see, the difference is huge, and it's hidden.
Absolutely.
Most people have no idea.
No, you're absolutely right. And I just wanted to say, um, I know about breads and so forth and so on. So I'm
Right.
right there with you. I understand. And I want to tell everybody, if you don't mind, how old you are. Now, Dr. Shemek again started eliminating sugar from her diet at 25 because she saw the ravages that it took on her mother's body. And her mother,
Yes.
passed at an early age. And I'm sure there were other complications as well, but that was a huge, integral part of it. How old are you, Dr. Shemek?
I am 63.
And
You
I
know,
was
we have to
astounded.
hold
I
on to
was
every day at
astounded.
this age.
Yes. Well, I
But
have to
thank
tell
you,
you,
Sheryl. That's very sweet of you, really. It is.
well, she's a stunner. And she walks the
Thank
walk
you.
and she talks the talk, and that's the best thing. And I wanted to ask you, now you already looked wonderful when I saw your
Thank
picture
you.
and we started to talk. How has clientele now changed your skin within these last few weeks?
It is amazing. So I honestly did not think that it would be so fast. So, we had a long discussion about how it affects the mitochondria of your skin cells, the ATP within the skin cell. And within a couple days, I could see literally like more translucent skin, a tighter skin, and also just I don't even know how to put it into words, but a healthier look on my skin. And it made so much sense to me that, yes, of course, Lori, you know this stuff. You're applying it on the outside. If you do it on the inside and you do it on the outside, say with clientele, you're giving yourself a huge boost in terms of really wonderful skin, smooth skin. And that's the other thing. My skin is so smooth right now. It's just, if you could touch it, you would see how wonderful it feels. I mean, it is just amazing.
Oh, if we could reach right through everybody and just, touch your skin a little bit, you'd be able to see or and actually feel what Dr. Shemek is talking about. Now, what I did was we did a personal consultation,
Mhm.
which is extremely essential. In order for me to find out all about you, I found out about your lifestyle and the nutrients that you were taking and the skincare that you're using or were using, and what your skin concerns were. And I think that's extremely important to do. We
There are a lot at my age, a lot of skin
well,
concerns.
and we're the same. I'm 64
Yeah,
years old, so I get you.
yeah.
So the first two steps. Now we talked about the skin feeling wonderful and clean and so forth. The first two steps that you're doing is your cleansing and
That
exfoliation.
is so wonderful. Yeah, the cleanser, your skin feels so soft after you use it. It's absolutely wonderful. And that little sponge there helps exfoliate,
It
which
does.
is part of the reason so that all the product can get into the skin. That's why it happens so quickly, I think, for me.
Definitely. Now, are you noticing also that when you put your makeup on, your makeup is going on more smoothly,
Hmm.
that it's not collecting, that it's not changing color?
Caking, yeah, all of that. It's wonderful. It's just a wonderful application now. It really
That all
is.
has that
Yeah,
that's your first
and that's
steps.
the basic. The cleansing is basic, because it removes all of the old makeup and the things that you can't see. That sponge is very important in that, I think.
Absolutely. Now, talk about, if you don't mind, some of your other favorites, because we have you on a few different things. What are some of
Right.
the absolute favorites that you love?
Oh, so I love. Okay, I can't choose which one I love the best, but I have two serums, and the serums are like a liquid gel, and they smell amazing. The red one
The
is,
Lotus Firming Serum.
yeah, that one smells amazing. It is. I use the blue one first, and then I put on the firming solution, and it immediately soaks right in, and the skin is just so nice and firm and soft, supple, and glowing. Right, because remember, you've already exfoliated with that sponge, and that the cleanser is soy based. So it's adding even more like dewiness to your skin, if you will.
That's
So yeah,
right.
I think out of everything, I think that is, and then the third one is in the little jar that's I'm using probably way too much because it's going rapidly, but I love it. I
The
mean, that
Restore
is,
Cells.
yep, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
This,
reason, and you know all about the ingredients and why they're working so well, and you can talk about that. But I mean, that the three of them is fantastic.
well, thank you. First of all, Dr. Shemek, it was so easy to talk to her about this because of the fact that she's got the background of nutrition and she knows all of, cells, mitochondria, et cetera, et cetera. It was so easy to explain what this does. First, the Lotus Firming Serum, I think all of our clientele community knows that this is integral. You know the story of the lotus seed. We talked
Yes,
about that, how the seed was
amazing.
found 1,288 years ago. UCLA scientists discovered it, brought it back to the US, planted it because they understood that it was a major antioxidant. And within 4 days, lotus blossoms flowered. So you can see how potent and powerful the free radical fighters are in
Oh,
this
it's
product.
amazing. Yeah, it
With
truly is amazing. Honestly, I never thought, because the skin takes time for it for us to see things, but not with clientele, because you do see changes. Like in 2 days, I saw something happening. I said no. At first I did, but
exactly.
it's true. It really is. I mean, it's really lovely. I really love it.
And one of the other things I wanted to mention was to everybody, with all of this information that Dr. Shemek has given you about sugar, inflammation,
Mhm.
how do we get in touch with you? I want to know that before we continue.
Sure. You can find me on my website, drlorishemek.com, and you can find all of my books on Amazon. I have 4 books out there that can really help. Every one of them helps fight inflammation, keeps inflammation low in your body, and I'm on all social media platforms. So every day I put out healthy information for you. So little tips to keep you healthy 365 days a year. So,
Oh my gosh, that's look what this look what this woman does, the energy that she has. We're going to talk about that in just a minute too. So let's talk about the energy
yeah,
of the cells because you were talking about the ingredient called ATP. And what
right.
Youthifier does, your second serum that you're using, this is something now your Lotus firming serum is a DNA repairing enzyme. So that means it's going to inhibit unhealthy, misshapen cell production, and it's going to encourage new, healthy, round, perfect, beautiful cell production so that we lessen the severity of lines, loss of elasticity, loss of hydration. And the euthifier is actually a messenger. It communicates with your cells with the ingredient you talked about, ATP. And that's something that really is an energizer. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with ATP and what that does for the skin and the body?
Yeah. So, the skin cells are not much different than other cells in our body, in that the healthier they are, the healthier we are, right? So that's why our skin is a reflection of what's going on the inside. And ATP is essentially just the energy our body needs to survive. And the mitochondria are very important in doing that. And so, again, if you're eating a diet that's rich in phytochemicals and antioxidants, et cetera, you are going to have healthier mitochondria than somebody who's not. And that means you're going to have more energy. You're going to be protected from the onslaughts, scavengers in the body. And the same is with the cell, right? The cell is promoting cellular energy for the skin. And when it's happy, your skin is happy. So that's what we want. We want the whatever we put on our skin. My feeling is it should be really just as important as what we're ingesting, because you will see it's a double whammy, essentially, in a good way. That if you're eating well, you're oxygenating the body, your blood, with exercise, and then you use products such as clientele. You're actually energizing the skin cells, getting more oxygen to the cells, improving the mitochondrial health of the skin cells. So,
The brilliant answer. I couldn't have done that better myself. And I have to say that the Restore cell, now, well, actually, going back to the euthifier for a moment, we actually have dermalogical clinical studies. Now, that doesn't sound so unique and magical because everybody says that they do. But we actually do have clinical studies that show that because you were surprised that you got such a reaction so quickly, a
yes.
positive reaction,
Yep.
that the euthifier literally will take, and I don't want to say how many, will take years off of the skin very quickly because of what you just mentioned. So we do
Right.
have those clinical studies. It's metered. And now the other thing, the Restore cell you were talking about, we call that the
Mhm.
skin awakener. And the reason that you love this, I'm trying to make sure I turn it into the camera. This is actually a natural exfoliant that is also giving you deep hydration and really repairing cells, restoring, regenerating, renewing, repairing while you're asleep. Your cells are more active at 4 a.m. in the morning, believe it or not. This is when this is really working. So we need to get our sleep. And that's why your skin, you said,
Yeah.
you're just going crazy over this, and the jar is
Yeah.
really moving fast.
It's time for me to get more. I'm gonna have to order
Yes.
more, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we will make sure you have all the Restore cell you need. But that really just reveals and awakens the skin. And in the morning, what does your skin look like?
In the morning, you don't want to see. I shared a picture of you. It's my skin now, before that picture. Okay, I mean after that picture, is much softer and dewier, tighter, and and it's I love it. That's what that's the other thing, is that I've really seen a marked change in my skin when I wake up in the morning. And so I'll even take like the firming lotion, and I know I'm not supposed to do this, but so nobody listened to me, but I do. And I put it, where a little sagging on my eyelids, and it works, and it's not irritating at all. and it's
Well,
been great.
another
Yeah.
great hint, and I have to say that we're going to, wrap this up in a few minutes, but I want to hit on the internal part of the care. And also, everybody like and share this incredible information because, first of all, you want to share what Dr. Shemek is explaining to you about inflammation, about sugar, about how that relates to your overall wellness and your skin, your hair, your nails, everything is affected.
Everything. Absolutely.
Everything.
Yeah.
So we want to connect with her. We want you to be able to reach out to her and know where to find her and find her award-winning books. So that's
Thank
number
you.
one. The other reason we want you to like and share is because you get $150. You're entered into a drawing for the next week if you like and share this information and we pick your name. So don't forget and also like and follow for extra bonuses, gifts, etc. And I want you to reach out to us at Clientele at 800-327-4660 Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've got lots of wonderful specialists to help you. I'm there at extension 5709, so you can always reach out to me. But I want you to know about Dr. Shemek. Dr.
Thank you.
Shemek, let's talk about the innards, the internals
Yeah.
now, and what we have you on to take care of the insides and how you see that's been affecting your energy, your skin. What would you like to tell us about what you've been taking?
Yeah. So I can't remember the exact name of the nutrient, but it's definitely given me a lot of energy. And I take it before I eat. Okay. And I can't
The
remember the
vital
name.
factors.
Yeah, that's it. And it is fantastic. I mean, it's really been beneficial, and you won't believe the amount of energy you're going to feel. It's wonderful. So, yeah, that's important, just as important as drinking enough water for your skin, too, by the way, before we forget. That's
Yes.
another important component of skincare. Yeah.
Imperative. Now, the
Yeah.
vital factors, we talked about human growth hormone. And when you and I talked about this, and I just put a little effort tab in water, this is what Dr. Shemek is drinking a half an hour before breakfast. What do you feel? How do you feel when you drink this?
I feel good. I feel energetic, and and if you have any like hunger or cravings at all, it's for some reason they go away. So it's really wonderful, wonderful product. Yeah,
Now,
it's
that's
good for all over health, skin health, every area of your health.
well, what happens when we lose our human growth hormone? What happens to our body?
Well, that happens to men and women as we age naturally, and so when you start to gain weight and you start to lose muscle mass, that's a real problem. And you know, everything declines generally as we age, and so in order to revitalize ourselves as we're aging, this is one of the ways you can prevent that is by taking that, by increasing your HGH. It's
Yes.
just a very it's vital factors is to me one important component to doing that because you can if you so you can increase HGH, but getting an injection or pills or whatever can be dangerous to do. We don't have enough research right now to really say yay or nay on it. But exercise does it, strength training does it. But look, what if you combine exercise and vital factors? Then you're good to go.
Yes,
So,
and you know what? Again, I couldn't have said it better myself because we are not, and I always say this, so thank you. We're not
mhm.
talking about injecting HGH or taking a pill. We're talking about promoting your body's own
Natural.
HGH.
Yeah.
And I think I grabbed this and smushed the box, everybody. So please forgive me. It doesn't look like a brand new box. I picked it up and smushed it. But that's what we're doing. We're promoting and encouraging it from the inside.
Yeah.
And you hit on all the things that we just decline as time goes on because of our loss of HGH and estrogen and testosterone and progesterone, all of it, because I'm
So
encompassing
true.
men and women. But
Yeah.
this is also now, are you noticing, because you've got a lot to do, your schedule is packed. Are you
It is.
noticing that you're a little bit more focused?
Yeah, focused, and I have more energy. Everything seems to be I'm doing better, I would say. I have a busy schedule. And so, yeah, since I've been using it, it seems as if that things are better, in terms of my energy and my focus. I have a lot of reading I have to do, research, reading, and I do everything by myself. I don't have anyone that does it for me. So I have to be on top of things, and this has been really helpful, really.
Well, first of all, thank you. So Dr. Shemek is her own personal assistant because
Yeah, I
she's the
really
one
am.
who is helping her. Excuse me, I've got something here.
Well,
So
Vital Factors is my assistant now.
that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's
Thank
great. So
you.
vital factors, let that be your assistant also, everybody,
Yeah.
because it really does do what Dr. Shemek is saying. What
Mhm.
else did we put you on? I know that we also put you on guard.
Yeah, and that's really protective. It really helps take away joint pain, um, and it's been really beneficial as well. So I tore both meniscus and in my knees, and the back of my knees for some reason is more painful than for some reason. So,
Mm.
but this has really dropped the pain markedly down,
Now, I
and
think,
I have to say. Is that the one? I
yes,
can't see it with the glare,
that's
but yeah.
that's the BioHA.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But so that is the hyaluronic acid in there, I think, is doing a lot of good for me as well. Yeah.
Now, thank you for mentioning that because this is something that we typically have not mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Both Vital Factors and BioHA and On Guard are made by our sister company, MDR.com,
Mhm.
medicaldoctorsresearch.com. And Dr. Shemek is explaining that she had some issues with her meniscus and joint pain, etc. And that is exactly what this is for. This is firm. I just made up a new word.
A new word.
Firm and flex. We should just put that on the bottle. Firm and flex. So flexing for the health of the bones and joints. But guess what it does in addition with the hyaluronate, which holds 1,000 times its weight in water. This also is a great volumizer for the skin. That gives you the plumpness, the firmness, the hydration. So this is something that I would
Yeah.
really recommend because, oh my gosh, you just told us some phenomenal things that it does. The
Well,
On Guard,
you told me you've been taking these for decades, right? These
I,
products?
yes,
And look at you. I mean, seriously. You talk about, beautiful skin, right?
well,
So you're
we're
a testament.
thank you. We're sisters because we're the same age. I'm 64, so I've been doing this for 40 years. Everybody, we're all about, and this is what
What
Dr.
are you?
Shemek is about: beauty from within. You're
Mhm.
not only taking care of your skin, your hair, your nails on the outside, but Dr. Shemek is explaining you must address the inside if you really want the optimum results. And the On Guard, this is the one that is your immune defense. How important is it, Dr. Shemek, that we have immune defense right now?
Oh, it's beyond important right now. We have COVID, obviously, and the pandemic, and it appears as if it's getting worse. And it's one of those things that I think is if you must take some type of immune defense supplement. It's just no longer enough with your food. Vitamin D and zinc and selenium and On Guard is fabulous. So yeah, it's absolutely imperative to do it right in this day and age.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's a Mataki. It's called Mataki Gold 404,
Fantastic. Yeah.
colostrum, which you know are the
Oh,
antibodies. They're very
yeah.
rich in antibodies from the mother cow to their babies. And also Lohan Quo, an ancient melon for longevity, and our lotus seed. This is a proprietary blend. And I have to say, we have had people, now you've not taken it long enough to see, but we've had some of our other clients on our interviews and I'll say friends versus clients on our interviews, tell some amazing stories of what that product has done when they started to feel, I'm getting something. I'm going to load in on this product.
Amazing. The nutrients that you've put in there are just truly phenomenal. So each one by themselves is powerful, but you've combined them in this blend, it's proprietary blend. And I know that people are having benefit from it.
We're going to have to let Dr. Shemek go because she's got so many things to do, more interviews, more books to write, more things to do. She's always running and gunning. And I just want to say thank you so much for everything, time that you've shared with me.
Honestly, Sheryl, thank you. I am serious. I truly am honored to be here today, and it's coming from my heart sharing this information. And so just thank you and everyone here. It's really wonderful. I'm glad you're all here.
Well, thank you. We're so blessed and honored to have had you. I want to make one super quick announcement, which is our winner from last week. I just want to say congratulations. Wait a minute, Dr. Shemek, can you come into the camera a little bit because I'm going to whisper the name to you of the winner so you can announce it. Ready?
Ready.
Sandra Jones.
Sandra Jones?
Yay! I know, I'm so corny. Of $150 worth of clientele.
Yay, Sandra!
Yes. Or MDR, or combination thereof. Yay,
wow.
Sandra.
Wonderful.
It is. It's so great. And I just thank you again, Dr. Shemek. How can we get in touch with you one more time, please?
drloryshemek.com, and you can find all of my books. Just put my name into Amazon search bar, all 4 books on inflammation. And I'm on all social media as Dr. Lori Shemek.
Well, your information was phenomenal. I thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye in a minute. So next week, everybody, join us for Gabriella Oltin. She's got an incredible story, model, photographer. Can't wait for you to hear about that. Let's say goodbye, Dr. Shemek.
Bye. See you. See ya. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheryl. Bye, everybody.